It's giveaway time, guys. I'm giving away a free 3-question personal reading if you're the winner. All I need you to do is to subscribe to my channel and comment below under your reading what is your favorite type of reading to watch, or what kind of readings would you like to see me do. So I'm getting a little bit of market research, and you guys in return, or one of you guys, is going to get a free personal reading. And I'm going to try and do these most weeks, so there'll be plenty of chances to win. I will either be selecting them intuitively, the winners, or doing some kind of draw, and I will announce that next Friday when I release my reading. So you need to be subscribed so you know when that will happen. I'll pop a screen in just after this so you can see all the instructions, and looking forward to choosing the first winner. Hi there, Aquarius, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the week of June 15th to the 21st. I'm just going to start shuffling your oracle cards here and get the messages out. I've got 2 oracle decks here, I've got the Rider-Waite, and then I'm going to clarify with the Starchild Tarot deck. So we'll just give these a shuffle until one direct message comes out. If they fall in big stacks, I put them back in. That's just the energy of the cards. I'm looking for that direct one card flip or fall. That's when I know it's the message. Sometimes that happens quickly, guys. Sometimes it doesn't. So I will put the timestamp down in the description box below. And if you prefer to use that and skip the shuffling, you can, but I do know that some people like to see the card pull. I have had a few people in the past say, yeah, I might be rigging the cards before I put them down if I don't show the shuffling. Really don't have any interest in doing that. Oh, we've got Parvati. Okay, beautiful. All right, I'm going to give you the description of that shortly. Let's get your other oracle card out. I don't know all of that Yogic Path deck by heart yet, guys. I do with this one, so just bear with me. I normally take a brief look in the book and then I use my own intuitive interpretation of that card depending on the other cards in the spread, because sometimes, you know, you can get the general meaning from the book, but it really depends on what other messages are coming through, how that might fit. Okay, we've got 2 here. We've got Get Grounded, and we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, subtle helpers in the subtle realms. I really like that one. It means, you know, things are working behind the scenes to align things for you. So that's really exciting. Let's see how this is going to play out. So we're starting off here with the Rider-Waite. I'm going to pull the energy from the recent past, what you may be journeying right now, energies leaving, completing, or transitioning. For Aquarius for the week of June 15th to the 21st. Recent past. The Emperor could be dealing with an Aries. It's kind of like boss energy here, guys. Could be a father-in-law, could be boss or mentor. Let's see. It can also just mean stepping up and really shaping your own life. Let's see what else comes through. Current or focus energies. Taking control, maybe. Taking calculated risks. Strategic moves in life. Okay, we have got the 6 of Swords. You might be moving on from something or moving towards something else. Maybe something that's more aligned with your strategic vision that we see here. Let's get your outcome. That's 3, too many. That's just the cards going all over the place. All right, come on, let's get one clear message out. Come on, cards, please. For Aquarius. I want to see what this is that they're moving on from or moving towards. That was in reverse. I'll leave it in reverse. Okay, could be moving on from some kind of petty conflict. Could be in the workplace with the Emperor there. Alright, let's get the clarifiers, guys. I want to see where this is going. I do have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Some of you may have had a Tower moment in the recent past that you might be moving on from, really rising above and making new decisions on what you will and won't accept in your life now. Okay, let's clarify that Emperor. We've got 2. We've got the Eight of Cups and the Hierophant in reverse. Interesting. So the Eight of Cups talks about moving towards a greater sense of fulfillment in your life because there was something missing. We've got the Hierophant underneath that, which can be a traditional system. So this is definitely like either a boss or a mentor in a workplace or a place of study, or I would say a husband energy. We've got the Moon. Yeah, moving away from maybe things that were like a little bit deceptive or weren't quite clear. There was something going on in the situation. I think you're really wanting clarity. You're also, you know, this is an intuitive move for you. I think things just felt off in that situation. Let's get because you know, the conflict's ending. There's been a sense of conflict in this situation, or maybe being internally conflicted because you weren't getting what you wanted in that situation or what you needed. Your needs weren't being fulfilled, in particular your emotional needs, and that's what you are going towards now. You're going after it. You are going after the Ten of Cups. Yeah, that makes so much sense. You're leaving the Eight of Cups, you're heading towards the Ten of Cups. We've got the Queen of Crystals here as well, wanting to move into much more of a, you know, nurturing kind of energy after maybe being in conflicting energy in the workplace or in this relationship, whatever it is for you. And look how neatly I've put the cards down, Aquarius. I'm getting so much better than this. Last week when I first started shuffling on camera, I would, you know, put these down and I'd have to spend a minute or so straightening them all up and pushing them up in the camera. So I think I've done really well. Okay, Aquarius, let's read the cards here. Starting with your Oracle cards, I'm going to start with our Goddess energy here from the Yogic Path deck. This is Parvati. Now, she is the goddess of devotion, love, and yoga. And the message here is about the fact that you've taken immense action towards becoming your higher self. She represents commitment to practice, unshakable willpower, and the power of self-transformation. It's about continuing your journey towards enlightenment or towards your, you know, being in that higher self energy, out of ego, stepping out of the mind chatter, that kind of thing. And it's really interesting because I really feel that that is, you know, kind of that Emperor energy in the reading this week. It's really about, you know, having that unshakable willpower to now move towards a greater sense of love or self-fulfillment, which is your journey from the Eight of Cups to the Ten of Cups that we see playing out here. Now we've got get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Some of you may have been feeling a little bit ungrounded. So maybe got something to do with transitioning out of that Five of Wands energy. You know, you've got that sense of moving on as well. Obviously you're moving on from something. You had that Tower at the deck, at the bottom of the deck earlier on. So some of you might need a little bit of extra self-care, getting out there in nature, grounding yourself, trying not to attach to the energies of other people. You know, right when you're around those people that you hang out with them for an hour or two, maybe longer, and you end up drained. You know, those kind of energy vampires or people that just are on a really different frequency from you. You may need to be like the Emperor. That's why he wears that armor underneath his cloak, because there's a sense that sometimes you need to protect yourself emotionally in order to stay in that really headstrong, like that clarity and the clarity of your thoughts, and to make good decisions for yourself. So that could be a message for some of you. And we've got Council of Light. This one, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. This is saying that, you know, you are kind of being, you're being led or guided this week to move towards a greater reality for you. And this is just all part of the journey. So I really love this card because I kind of see, I've got the vision now of, like, you know, someone pulling the puppet strings behind the set, and you don't really know that's happening because you just see what's playing out on the stage in your life. But there are, well, I believe that there are people that are people, spirits, God, whatever it is to you, that is orchestrating your life in some way. Of course, there's always free will. You know, free will prevails here in our 3D landscape on Earth, and you can always make whatever decision for yourself you want, but there are key people and situations that are put in your path to kind of guide you, to try and get you to head in the right direction. We've got you making one of those decisions here this week. Okay, so Aquarius, let's have a look here in your recent past and what you're moving through now. Hierophant in the reverse, Eight of Cups, and the Emperor. Okay, so here we have you deciding to move away from an unfulfilling situation in an institutionalized setting. Guys, this could be in your place of work or study, could be in the institutionalized setting of committed relationship or marriage. The Eight of Cups says that there wasn't that complete fulfillment for you, or there was a piece of the puzzle, piece of the picture missing. And I think, you know, obviously you had a certain amount of success or joy or love in this for a period of time, but I think as time's you know, gone on, there's a sense of there's just that piece missing. Maybe you can't quite put your finger on what it is, or maybe you really know, but what you do know is that there is something lacking, and that you're wanting more, you're desiring more joy, more love, more harmony, and you have made the decision in the recent past, or you might be on the threshold of it now, to go after that missing piece, right? The Eight of Cups is somebody who has made the decision to turn their back on that and to journey on towards that Nine and Ten of Cups reality. You're already manifesting it because it's coming in your near future, so that's what I see there. So the Hierophant in reverse and the Emperor, you might be dealing with an Aries person. Yeah, there's a sense here that there could be some power that's used in unconstructive ways as well. The Emperor can be a really strong energy. It is boss, mentor, husband energy. It is that energy of, you know, I think for you, Aquarius, what you're really wanting to do is to shape your own world or reality now. You're not willing to go along with this person anymore who could have been quite a controlling energy. You're really wanting to live by your own values now. This person could have been quite a like a cold person, somebody who might not have been very emotional or not very spiritually connected, and I think that could be the piece that's missing for you. You know, the Emperor can be you know, quite a hard-headed energy, somebody who's really wants to be in power, wants to be in control, wants to rule the roost. And with the Hierophant in reverse, this could be a lack of spiritual understanding. So that's the kind of energy that you could have been dealing with, and I really feel that, you know, especially if you're watching videos like this, that spirituality is important to you and fulfillment is important to you, and having someone that you can really connect with on an emotional level. And I feel that that is why this situation may have come to a head, or you've wanted to move away from it. You want to build a new foundation, and that's why we saw that Tower in reverse earlier on. Some of you might have already been through that kind of showdown that comes in with the Tower energy, or some of you may have just had that revelation recently that you know you're going to have to move on from that, and it's kind of inevitable. It's just a matter of time. So in your current or focus energies this week, we have the Six of Swords. Let's get some focus, and the Moon. Yeah, I mean, so we saw in the recent past that you kind of made that decision. Okay, I'm going to go after greater sense of fulfillment. This week we kind of actually see you starting to make the move. Some of you might actually be leaving that job, moving out of the home, a home that you share with your partner or something like that. With the Moon energy, we have a sense that intuition is going to be really strong for you this week, and you need to tune into this. This could also be a truth coming to light, a secret being revealed, maybe, you know, subtle levels of deception being revealed about this person or about the situation. That could have been the final piece that goes, okay, right, now I'm definitely going to make that transition. The Moon can also talk about, you know, integration of self. Some of you might be really going through a transformation at the moment as well. But the Six of Swords, you know, it's about a necessary rite of passage, and understanding that, yeah, I mean, they're never easy. There might be a little bit of disappointment or sorrow, some hurts, a heavy heart, but you do know that what is on the other side of that journey is much more harmonious, is smoother sailing, is more peaceful, because things could have been quite up and down with this person. I think there could have been arguments because you know, you're coming from different places, and maybe your emotional needs just weren't being met. So it's with a heavy heart that you decide, I need to move on. There is something greater out there for me. There's a real sense of personal growth here as well with the Six of Swords and the Moon together. So I think you will get a lot of growth and learning out of this, and that's going to be really key for you. So you're moving on. Some of you might be physically relocating, and it's really time to go after what you truly desire. You know, one of the biggest misconceptions is that we have time. A good Aquarian friend who might be watching this told me that, and you know, we don't. Because even, it doesn't matter what age we are, we don't know how much time we have. And there's not living, you know, living for tomorrow, living for someday is really an illusion. So we need to make sure that we're making the best decisions for ourselves now, because I know it sounds dire, but we don't know how much time we've got. We don't know, you know, when someday really is. 5 of Wands in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Yeah, okay. So you're desiring, you know, a much more peaceful, loving situation here, Aquarius. I mean, this is the kind of energy that you want to be over. It's in reverse. It says that it is over. That petty arguing, that one-upmanship, that emperor that was using his power in unconstructive ways against you is over, because you've made the change. So 5 in tarot is the number of conflict. It's also the number of change. And I always say when the 5s come up, the Hierophant is also a 5, by the way, in the major arcana, that the way to transmute conflict is to make a change. And that change was moving away from the situation so that you could move towards your greatest reality. So that's in reverse. It's in the past. I love that. And with the Queen of Crystals, like, I know this isn't your energy, Aquarius, but as in if this is a person, it could be an earth sign that's coming in to somehow help you kind of make the shift. But I'm seeing it as the energy that you really want to evoke in your life. You really want to be that beautiful, nurturing Queen of Pentacles who can be really loving in the home. She can be really compassionate. She can be grounded, get grounded in the oracle cards, but she can also, you know, have the career. She can do everything. And I feel like you might have felt really challenged in the past in that situation. You had that argumentative energy at home and you just couldn't be this beautiful, peaceful Queen of Crystals. 10 of Cups tells me this is where you are moving towards, Aquarius. That's where the boat is sailing to, and you know it. You've made a conscious decision to go after a much better reality, one where you have all the cups, and that is the promise that's in the future for you. So, you know, it might not materialize by the end of the week. I mean, a reading like this doesn't unfold in a week, guys, but it's about the energy that is available to you when you're making the really good decisions for yourself. So I love that. It's all so much more positive. I'm going to put the 5 of Wands up there in the upright position just to put them down. Loving that 10 of Cups. So Aquarius, that's what I've got for you. It's actually a really beautiful reading because it says that you're kind of on the right path. If you haven't made those decisions yet, maybe this is confirmation of what you need to do to move towards that greater sense of emotional fulfillment for you. Okay, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do keep in mind I'm reading for a collective. It won't be everyone's reading, so don't make it fit if it's not. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always like to know how it's resonating. I do read them all, I try to reply to them all, and it just helps me get to know you guys and connect with the energies. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.